Hey YouTube, it's Rail. I'm here again for our upcoming game, Rcube. Last time we talked about the technical details of Rcube, which is something I'm super excited about. But I think the real reason people are going to play the game is because of the variety game portion of it, the game portion of it. So I'm very excited today. We're going to talk about the first of the three games that Rcube is eventually going to have based on that engine. The first game is Redead Rewind. I want to note that all this is subject to change. This is very early in development, so maybe not all of these ideas will go in, but this gives you an idea of the direction we want to go. It's going to be a zombie survival game. It's also going to have sci-fi elements alongside zombie horror survival. Every week or so, 9 days, maybe 13 days, the Earth itself, reality, everything is dying and coming back to life. Even time is going to die and resurrect. So as you go through and you go through these loops of dying and resurrecting, you gain a special type of voxel, a time voxel, that allows you to lock something down in time. So you can build a base and then you survive until the end of that time loop. You put all your time voxels down on your base. Your base is now there back at the start of the infection. And it also, those time cubes, space and time can be interchanged, so you can use your time cubes to give yourself extra space in your backpack. You'll start out with a very limited, you know, instead of being able to carry like 26 square meters of stuff in your magical backpack, you'll start out with a small backpack that can maybe hold, a quarter of a square meter or something like that. But then you can add time cubes to it and buff it up. So it's all going to be about getting this special time resource to make things more manageable for you. And so, every loop as you go through, you learn things about the city, the town that you're in that gets randomly generated. You learn where the police station is, but you might find, by the time you find it, it's empty and looted out. Next loop, you go back there early. You get all the guns and ammo. You put down some time cubes nearby it so that you can choose to spawn there when the outbreak starts and get it before it's used up. Same thing, you find a supermarket. It's mostly empty, but you can learn the layout, you can learn the location of meat, foods that spoil. Come back next loop, collect all those first. You know exactly what to do because you have that experience. That it rewards you for exploring the world. And build your base, place your time cubes down, like you said. So every person will have a certain number of blocks that you just start out with that prevent time from rewinding. So this is a great reason to get your friends in, even if they're low level. They can immediately let you expand like a little bit further on your base. So you'll always have, you'll have opportunities to remodel and rebuild things too. Will naturally work itself into the game. So as you go further in the time loops, you'll be able to push the amount of time before things reset farther and farther too ahead. And your goal is eventually to see if you can survive and get rid of all of the zombies and save some of humanity to rebuild society. But as you go further out, there's going to be less and less resources, making that endgame more challenging. And there might be other, humans around. Maybe you didn't get all humans on your side. There's other groups of survivors, and now those turn into raiders. So you've got to deal with that as well. So yeah, get your time cubes, go further out into the future, get those valuable starts and get those resources that won't be there in the future and weren't there in your last run. Start out near, an enemy base that they've used later on, like that police station. You take the guns and you blow it up so that no one can use it to set up a base and go against you. Uh, we're also going to have death is going to be worked into that time travel mechanic. So if you die, it'll almost be like you reloaded a save, but maybe some of your actions will still remain completed. So there'll be some marks there in time from what you've done, and you can recover some of that loot, or maybe some of the zombies there will be a little bit weaker when you go back over that path again. If you die, we'll have like time split so that both your zombie self and then your alive self are there at the same time. You have to go and fight that zombie self. Maybe you'll have your gun, maybe your zombie will have the gun, which, it still wouldn't be able to use the gun, but since you don't have it, it's much harder to kill that zombie now. We're not going to have any special zombies, but we're going to have simple zombies that need a headshot to kill. Need a headshot to kill. Even if it's just a torso, it'll still try and bite you, get at your ankles or something. But they won't have any special abilities. They'll just be people. And they'll be not very capable people either. Most of them, after a couple of days, will be blind because they don't remember to blink. So blinkers will be a special type. They blink and they don't lose their vision. And zombies have like a slight, almost like telepathy, or maybe just their groaning is some kind of language or something. But if a blinker is around, then they'll be able to alert zombies. If they see you, they'll be able to alert them, but they won't be able to direct them. A pointer would be able to help out that blinker and point at you and direct zombies towards you, and then a yeller can attract other zombies. So as you stir things up in an area, if any of these special zombies are around, they'll just naturally start to get closer to each other and affect each other and become sort of an enemy that you have to deal with and make the horde more dangerous. Okay, so that's everything that we wanted to talk about today about our upcoming Rcube game, Redead Rewind. Thanks for listening.